Hi Annette, this is Rebecca Lane, and I just wanted to go through your video with you. Alright, so the way this is going to work is we are going to, I'm going to play your video. I've already watched it, so we'll watch it again together, and I'm going to stop it at times to make some comments that are relevant to what's going on at that exact moment. Excuse me. And we may skip around your video, and we may not watch the entire thing. But take it for what you will. Alright, here we go. So the first thing that I want to talk about is right now your lighting, it looks a little bit dim. I love that you've chosen the solid background. That looks excellent. But notice that you've kind of cut the top of your head off and stuff like that. So one of the things that I recommend is actually framing yourself from the bottom of your rib cage up to giving yourself some space up at the top of your head. What this allows you to do is actually use your hands, use hand gestures. Hands allow us to be much more expressive, so I'd like to encourage you to do that. All right.
Hi, my name is Annette Quinones. How a hobby can help someone cope with a difficult situation like domestic violence. Domestic violence, in my case, is a personal situation, and I have this many years ago. After my last situation on domestic violence, I decided to stop the cycle, stop the abuse, stop with everything, and my determined character helped me to survive and to take decisions that changed my life, decisions that involve my daughters and our future.
Okay, so one of the things that I'm seeing right now is it looks like you're reading the screen a lot. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure that you really are focusing with that green dot at the top of the camera. You have a lot of vocal expression. You're connecting with us emotionally really well. So this is a really good start. Moving forward.
After some therapy and think about many things that I have done in things that help me, things that I work with many times, and I see that when I was sad, when I was depressed, craft helped me to, get in these things and start painting or decorating or just some scrapbook, an album, and I see great results. So I decide, why, if I love to do all these things, why I can make this my future? So
one of the things that I'm seeing right here is when we think about an introduction, think of it as leading your audience into your topic with breadcrumbs. And so every little piece that we have suggested you include, that's one of those breadcrumbs. So starting out with the story, giving yourself a little bit of credibility, giving us your big idea statement, giving us your preview statement, just things like that. Set your audience up. They build the foundation for the entire rest of your speech. So what I am hearing right now is a little bit of a lack of focus. So make sure that you are really hitting those statements in your introduction so that we can follow you. So set us all up for success.
I start in the university again with a course of photography because I see many things in photography, and in working with photography that it was a little difficult for me. I continue to see.
I love that you're using hand gestures. If you adjust your framing the way I said at the beginning, that'll be incredibly effective. Good work.
How I can decorate and then take great pictures about what I did
And I love that you're smiling, you're connecting with us. This is perfect.
show to everybody. And everybody told me, why you don't work with this? Why you always do great parties with great decorations and you know why everybody tell me you can do great things, why I can take this by myself, and start working and doing things with with my hands, with things that I feel. And I start every time that I was sad and I got difficult things in the court, and I feel so stressed, I start doing crafts, and I see the great result that craft, you know, when I was in this difficult situation, and I decide why I can go over this and study something related with craft and making parties and decorations and things like that. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna every all my life I'm gonna be in difficult situation, but we got many situations in our.
I feel like you have finally talked your way towards that really specific thing that you had said that you wanted to talk about. You've had a lot of stories. One of the things that Duarte talks about is alternating fact and story and fact and story. And remember, we need to start citing some research here. So make sure that you include some of that research. You've got some beautiful stories. You're connecting with them emotionally, which means that we connect with them emotionally. That's excellent. So now we need to work to follow that structure that we set up in the outline. And we need to make sure that the fact that we're following that structure is really overt. It's really obvious. And not because I'm trying to make you have a cookie cutter speech, but because the reason we put that structure in there is because that is a structure that we are accustomed to listening to. The things in there are things that we are accustomed to listening for. So following that format does you a service. But this point in your speech that we just got to, this feels like where it sounded like you were going to start based on your outline.
Live, it doesn't mean that we have all domestic violence situation. We got problems with our, partners, with our family, and I see that the difficult could be, compressed in this craft, and I start working with this. So I talk with my therapist, and she said, well, if you love to do that, why you don't take it and you don't use it for your benefit to help with your situation on domestic violence, and of course for your economic benefit. So domestic violence can be very hard and very difficult. Some people have marks, that you can see visible, marks in their heart. My marks were on my heart. I can say that fortunately I survived without a mark on my face or on my hands. So domestic violence can be worked with different therapy, and craft is one of this therapy. And this is my presentation, and I will love to many people see it and help them if they.
This is a really beautiful message, and I love what you were trying to get across. So thank you for sharing this, Annette. Just work. You are on the right track. Work to focus your message even more. Really work to follow that outline. Call me if you have any questions. If you would like to practice, I'll be available on Sunday. You feel free to call me, and we can Skype, anything like that. And good work. Good work. If you need help focusing, try out the Writing Center. They're incredibly helpful, and I know that they would love to help you out with that. All right, Annette. I'm looking forward to seeing how this progresses. Good work. Bye.